Go ahead and admit it. You've been sitting there for years wondering how in the world did Phil Collins come up with that sick drum riff in the Air Tonight? Well, today we've got the answer for you. Welcome back to the High Impact Flicks channel. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Roll the intro. People ask me all the time, "Hey Brian, do you really use that keto elevate stuff and does it really work?" The answer is yes and yes. Never in my entire life have I lost body fat so quickly. Not even in my prime at 25, which is over 25 years ago. I'm approaching 54 this year. If you want to support the channel and do your health a favor, grab some with my link in the description.
Is there a concern here that if you guys don't say more, then these Republicans who are accusing this White House of weaponizing the Justice Department, weaponizing the FBI, that's going to become the public sentiment? If you guys don't say once and for all, we are not doing that.
First of all, we're just not going to comment on the Department of Justice investigation.
Okay,
we're just not going to comment on that.
Is this White House weaponizing the Justice Department and the FBI against political opponents?
The president has been very clear from before he was elected, very clear on this. Hold on. Throughout his time in office.
I heard the quote. We will be playing the quote tonight at 6 o'clock. Is this administration weaponizing the Justice Department and the FBI against political opponents?
Peter, the president believes in the rule of law. The president believes in the independence of the Department of Justice.
That's a yes or no?
No,
that is
no. It's a yes or a no for you. I'm answering the question. You may not like it, but I'm answering the question, and I'm answering the question, and I'm telling you that we are not going to comment on a criminal investigation. The president has been very clear. I laid out what his thoughts were back on January 7th in 2021 about how he saw the Department of Justice. And I'm just going to leave it there. We're not going to comment from here, from this White House, on a criminal investigation that is currently happening.
Feminism is a scam. A few years ago, I was an angry, blue-haired feminist. I once believed that male privilege was real and that I was a victim of the wage gap. Now that I understand the true motives of feminism, I know that this could not be further from the truth, and that modern-day feminism is a war on true masculinity. Before women had the right to vote, most were stay-at-home wives, which meant they weren't working jobs and couldn't be taxed. Our overlords didn't like that. Rockefeller started funding feminist campaigns in media, and as a consequence of the movement, women started entering the workforce and leaving the home. Children would then be separated from their parents and sent to Rockefeller-funded schools to be indoctrinated by the state. All of this ultimately disrupting the family unit at its core. Feminism is defined as the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. But in the West, I must ask, what rights do men have that women don't? Modern feminists are convincing women that hookup culture, using hormonal birth control, and not shaving is liberation. That toxic masculinity is prevalent and the patriarchy must be dismantled. Through movies and media, we're taught that working for the man, climbing the corporate ladder, and paying tax is more empowering and valuable than raising the next generation. Women have lost touch with our natural loving instincts, and birth rates are plummeting. Men and women are not the same. And by protesting for equality of outcome rather than opportunity, feminists are demonizing and emasculating men.
This is Mark. Mark came out to meet what he thought was a 14-year-old. Talked about 69. He said he had toys. He thought he was going to use toys. He put his hands on me. This guy, what is he doing holding your door shut? This guy came out to me what he thought was a 14-year-old man. I don't know why he came in your establishment, but if you guys want, please call an officer, because he's getting aggressive, as you can see.
He invited out what? He thought it was a 14-year-old boy for sex.
Yeah, right. I have all the messages. I don't know. You probably heard of me. Predators don't lie, Mark. Yeah. Your messages right here don't lie. Here comes the PD. Hey.
Yeah, and I probably know the fucking cop too.
I know Detective Gene. I worked with him before. I've caught over 200 men.
Yeah. They got balloons.
Your number about 200 and something.
Mike, stop here because the police are right here, man.
Here's your chomo. Here's your chomo.
I want these men to jail.
You don't want nothing. You put your hands on me first and
Figure
foremost.
it out, but don't raise your voice.
First and foremost. ASAP. I'll go home and get it done. I'll go to Walmart and get the flash drive right away.
Give him the phone. Give him the phone.
Yeah, he was trying to go through that phone too. I don't know what he deleted on it, but he don't have a car. He has no car. Walked.
No.
Yeah, he walked. So I found, and then that's when I walked to Staples, and I was like, hey, I'm at Wendy's. Meet me at Wendy's. I watched him walk out of Staples, and then I just walked behind him. He went to Wendy's. He said, I'm outside.
My name is Joe Nerney. I am a Marine veteran. I did 2 tours to Afghanistan in 2010, 2012.
My name is Colleen Bowman. I was married to Rob Bowman. He deployed his first time to northern Iraq in 2004.
My name is Melinda Beyer. I was in the Marine Corps for 6 years, from 2002 to 2008, and I served with my dear friend, Dr. Kate Hendricks Thomas.
Before he left Iraq, he was perfectly healthy. He got back from his first deployment, started not feeling well. He was diagnosed with an extremely rare form of cancer, cholangiocarcinoma. It was, in fact, a mutation that was caused from the environment that he was in. There were burn pits all around him.
Kate was out of the Marine Corps. She went into the doctor, and it was shown that she had stage 4 cancer in every bone in her body. The doctor said that it looked like she had been dipped in something, which, as it turns out, is often the way toxic jet fuel presents in cancer form once it's inhaled.
I had a battle with Hodgkin's lymphoma late 2019 into early 2020. I finished chemo, and so I've been in remission ever since.
He passed away 19 months after his diagnosis. The loss of my husband had such an impact, obviously, on our family with our 4 daughters.
Kate was turned down by the VA 3 times for a service-related illness. She finally was recognized in 2021. Kate passed away on April 5th of this year, 2022, survived by her husband Shane and her son Matthew. I know plenty of veterans who weren't even aware the VA wasn't covering toxic exposure. They just assumed when they come home, whatever's wrong with me, the VA will take care of it.
I submitted my paperwork with the VA just after I started chemo. Been denied twice.
But I think for a lot of families, they have had to struggle and to fight through red tape and to try to get benefits that their loved ones earned.
The PACT Act means that veterans who have been overseas and exposed to toxic substances now no longer have to prove their connection for their illness.
I'm so grateful for the passage of this bill. There are so many great things about it that will make a difference.
It'll be nice and easy for somebody who is going through a problem to just be like, all right, I can get this taken care of. I can make sure that my family's taken care of.
Now that the VA is going to cover all of these illnesses and cancers, that's a huge win.
Our veterans deserve to be taken care of when they come home from wars that we send them off to.
For Kate herself, she just wanted to know that she would be taken care of. And I know it would bring her great joy to know that those veterans that come after her are going to be taken care of.
Guys, we already know that they want to decimate the dollar, destroy the economy, bring us into a cashless society, and eventually make it difficult for us to even get food. That's why I constantly promote My Patriot Supply. Every chance I get, I turn my fiat currency notes into long-term storable food. This stuff is awesome. It's got a 25-year shelf life. And one thing we're all gonna need is storable food. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. With my link in the description, you get $100 off of every order instantly. It'd be a good idea to order it while you can, because I'm not sure how much longer they're gonna be able to ship this out. My link for your $100 off discount is in the description below.